Ready to lead by example in strengthening national unity, President Tinubu assures as he attends Pope Leo XIV's mass inauguration.
It's consistent and the true sense of unity in diversity.
Nigeria Customs Service intercepts contrabands worth 1.5 billion naira.
4 suspects were arrested in connection with the various seizures.
Rescuers save lives as Lagos State witnesses another building collapse. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 11. I am Norlene Ebel-Ame, and of course this news is reaching you live from Abuja. We begin the bulletin in Rome, where demonstrating with practical example, President Bola Tinubu says his administration will continue to strengthen the bond of national unity regardless of religious differences in Nigeria. This was the special message of the president as he attended the inaugural mass of Pope Leo XIV at the Vatican. State House correspondent Musbah Wahab reports.
A special guest of the Pope here in the Vatican City. And the Vatican, a center of convergence for Catholics from around the world. It is a significant once-in-a-lifetime day for Pope Leo XIV as he assumes the papacy. A practicing Muslim, albeit, President Tinubu apparently understands his position as a leader of the largest Catholic community in Africa, and so he qualifies for the front row at St. Peter's Square. He's here with other world leaders to grace the moment for the Vatican head of state. As the 267th Bishop of Rome and the new leader of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Leo evoked some of the messages of his immediate predecessor, Pope Francis, pleading for peace in Ukraine and Gaza, among other warring areas. And after the Mass, President Tinubu takes his turn in a warm handshake with the Pope.
And you're here, even as a Muslim president. What does this mean regarding the national unity that you have been preaching?
Well, it's consistent and the true sense of unity in diversity. And I'm greatly honored. We have to continue to work on it. It's a work in progress for the sake of our country and the continent as a whole.
The Nigerian Catholic community was well represented at the event. From the Vatican City, Musbah and Wahab, NT News.
Meanwhile, the leadership of the Catholic community in Nigeria has expressed appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his support to the denomination through the period of burial rites for the immediate past Pope and the inauguration of the new one. President of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, Archbishop Lucius Ugoji of Owerri, led others on appreciative visit to President Tinubu in Rome. State House correspondent Musbah Wahab is here with the report.
The Nigerian flag conspicuously flying at St. Peter's Square as Pope Leo XIV began his reign as the global leader of the Roman Catholic Church. President, Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, Archbishop Lucius Ugoji of Owerri, Archbishop Ignatius Kaigama of Abuja, Archbishop Alfred Martins of Lagos, and Bishop Matthew Kuka of Sokoto led the Nigerian delegation to the Vatican. And just returning from the historic events, they paid an immediate visit to President Tinubu in Rome, underscoring the support of the Nigerian leader to the processes.
Along with you. So we are grateful, and I've already written to thank you for facilitating our coming for the funeral of Pope Francis. So now that you have come to the Vatican, so whenever we are having our conference in Nigeria, we'll also invite you, and we look forward to interfacing with you, just as you're able to do with the Holy Father.
The husband of a pastor has once again proven that religious dichotomy has no place under his leadership. And the president says this disposition is necessary to leverage the country's diversity for its prosperity.
It's an obligation to do such a thing for us to promote our unity in diversity and show Nigeria the sort of leadership that must prevail and exist all the time. If we are to use that diversity, not for adversity at all, but for prosperity for the country. It's historic for one to be on the saddle of presidency and for this to happen.
President Tinubu promises to always be there for any cause in the interest of Nigeria.
He has shown this solidarity with the millions of people who are of the Catholic faith in Nigeria by attending this Mass, being himself a Muslim. This has also shown his commitment to the advancement of peace, not just in the African region, but globally also.
What the president has shown is that he's a man who's tolerant of all religions and who believes in interfaith harmony, and who has even demonstrated it by the kind of appointments he made out of his cabinet. 62% of them are Christians. That shows the kind of man he is.
It changes the misconception that Nigeria is not a free, fair place to worship for multiple religious faith. So it shows the fact that a Muslim president can be accepted and is liberal to carry the whole country along.
From Rome, Musbah Wahab, NC News.
Away from Rome and back home, let's talk education. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has urged the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB to immediately carry out an independent audit of its entire examination infrastructure to ascertain the degree of technical failures that affected the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME. Addressing National Assembly correspondents on the issue, the Deputy Speaker says JAMB must protect the integrity of national examinations through real-time monitoring mechanisms to prevent recurrence of the technical glitches that affected more than 380,000 candidates in centers across the Southeast geopolitical zone and Lagos.
Essential for the new shuffling and validation protocols was not deployed to the server clusters servicing 157 centers in the Southeast and Lagos. It is imperative that candidates from the Southeast and Lagos who have actually borne the brunt of these failures are not further disadvantaged. JAMB must provide a clear, accessible mechanism for remark and appeal, especially for those dissatisfied with the horrid receipt who experienced technical difficulties once more during the second sitting. The integrity of our national examination must never be compromised by technical lapses or human error. As Deputy Speaker, I assure you that the National Assembly stands ready to provide oversight and ensure that these reforms are not only promised but delivered.
And on politics, stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress APC from the Northwest Zone have endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the 2027 presidential ticket. This was during a high-level meeting with the state governors, federal lawmakers, ministers, and other party leaders from the zone. Mohammed Umar Ajingi reports that the stakeholders passed a vote of confidence in President Tinubu's leadership style, reaffirming their collective commitment to supporting his continuity in office.
It is a gathering of political decision makers from the Northwest Zone. They gathered to consolidate on their gains and most importantly to appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for supporting the Northwest Zone.
With the 2027 general election approaching, we must intensify grassroots mobilization, consolidate our legislative gains, and engage new constituencies, especially youth and women. You could not go to some areas before now, but now you could go to some areas, you could travel from Abuja to Kaduna. This was quite impossible before he came to power. You could now go to Binumbwari, the people of Binumbwari are farming, going to their farms.
The national chairman of the party, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, says the APC is growing stronger with more decampees joining the party.
We should continue to be visible and we continue to work stronger and stronger so that 2027 will just be a walkover.
Higher profile defection from opposition parties, including the Northwest, have sent a clear message: APC is the party of the future.
And now time to pass vote of confidence on the president to continue in office.
Are we ready? Yes. Those in support of this motion say aye. Aye. Those in support say aye.
This was followed by a communique on their resolutions to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's continuity in office.
All of us here have agreed unanimously and collectively that our amiable President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have done tremendously well as a president in supporting our region, the Northwest region. Here we are celebrating 12 ministers, which is unprecedented in the history of the Northwest.
The stakeholders are expected to return to their respective states to canvass for more support for the president. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
In other news, 1.5 billion naira worth of contraband have been intercepted by the Nigeria Customs Service Federal Operations Unit Zone A. The controller, Mohammed Shuaibu, says the unit is strengthening intelligence gathering and interagency collaboration to tackle economic sabotage for improved revenue generation. Joel Bobola has the report.
Sustaining the tempo of efforts to block revenue leakages, the Federal Operations Unit Zone A of the Nigerian Customs Service has recovered over 20 million naira through demand notices and sales of seized petroleum products. The controller, Mohammed Shaibu, says in a major landmark seizure, 7 containers loaded with prohibited items ranging from parboiled rice, used tires and other contrabands were intercepted in Lagos in the period under review.
Notable seizures include 4,085 bags of foreign parboiled rice, 15 illegally imported foreign used vehicles, 82 packs of tramadol and 10 sachets per pack, 246 kilograms of cannabis sativa, 290 jerrycans of premium motor spirit, then 4 sacks of used clothing. 4 suspects were arrested in connection with the various seizures.
In demonstration of the interagency synergy, the controller handed over the seized narcotics to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) and the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) for further investigation. The FOU Zone A is working to ensure trade facilitation by promoting efficiency and transparency in its operations.
This achievement testifies to our unwavering dedication to protecting our economy and citizens. We will continue to collaborate with sister security agencies, the border communities, to dismantle the networks engaged in illicit activities.
The controller warned those indulging in illicit trade to look for a legitimate means of livelihood, as the agency is determined to sustain the anti-smuggling operations. In Lagos, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 11. Well, let's pause here. More stories when we return. Thank you for staying with us on the news. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, in Lagos, has conferred a prestigious Diamond Merit Award on the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed. The recognition and honor, which falls under the Member Accountant category, was bestowed upon the Corps Marshal at the ICAN annual dinner and merit award ceremony held in Lagos. ICAN President Davidson Stephen Alab-Ribe says the Corps Marshal was lauded for his transformational leadership qualities, transparency and accountability in the management of the affairs of leadership in the Corps. While receiving the award, the Corps Marshal stated that the honor is a call for more dedication, commitment, greater transparency and accountability in FRSC. Now, over 500 residents of Akile community in Fidel Council Ward Makurdi local government have benefited from a free medical outreach organized by the Headquarters Tactical Air Command Nigerian Air Force Makurdi. Blessing Omeche Ebute reports that the gesture is part of activities commemorating the Nigerian Air Force at 61.
Akile community in Fidi Council Ward of Makurdi local government area is located 15 kilometers away from the state capital. It is to strengthen civil-military relations and improve access to health care that the Nigerian Air Force organized the free medical outreach.
The medical outreach is very fine, and they have already started it. Like me, the drugs I'm holding here is for high BP. Now I'm going to see eye clinic.
Some surgical conditions may require further treatment at our base hospital. These individuals will be carefully sorted out. Appointment will be given and a date will be fixed for them to have their surgeries.
Chief of Staff, Headquarters Tactical Air Command, Air Vice Marshal Ahmed Idris, who stood in for the Air Officer Commanding Air Vice Marshal Patrick Obeya, says the Nigerian Air Force will continue to carry out its core responsibility of protecting lives and property of Nigerians.
I am particularly happy to mention that this kind gesture will further enhance our corporate social responsibility to our host communities. Additionally, Headquarters Tactical Air Command will continue to support Akile community, the entire Fidi Council Ward, and Benue State at large in the area of internal security operations in every way humanly possible.
The free medical outreach, which is part of activities commemorating Nigerian Air Force at 61, includes consultations, screenings, eye check, deworming of children below 5, and distribution of long-lasting insecticide-treated mosquito nets. In Makurdi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
And elsewhere in Lagos, first respondents struggled to rescue lives as 5 people were trapped under the rubble with a 2-story building under construction collapsed at Managana Junction in Idiaraba, axis of Moshin local government area, Sunday evening. As at the time of filing the report, 3 people were reported rescued alive, with rescuers seen making frantic efforts to rescue the other people. This is another building collapse among many others that have occurred this year, with Lagos State witnessing a lot in recent times. This is the news desk at 11, a reminder of our top stories. Ready to lead by example in strengthening national unity, President Tinubu assures as he attends Pope Leo XIV inaugural Mass.
It's consistent and the true sense of unity in diversity.
Nigeria Customs Service intercepts contrabands worth 1.5 billion naira.
4 suspects were arrested in connection with the various seizures.
Rescuers save lives as Lagos State witnesses another building collapse.
This is NTA News 24.
And talking education, addressing the issue of out-of-school children, particularly in rural communities, remains a complex challenge. However, ignoring the problem comes with significant social consequences, including rising illiteracy rates, increased dependency, and growing security concerns. In this report, Oluseyi Adeabo explores how Paraclete Hope Foundation, in collaboration with Helpline Social Support Initiative and other non-governmental organizations, is promoting educational inclusion at the grassroots.
In UNICEF recent data, 1 in every 3 children in Nigeria is currently out of school. This includes approximately 18.3 million children at the primary and junior secondary school levels. In response to these worrisome data, a coalition of non-governmental organizations led by Paraclete Hope Foundation has been actively working to strengthen learning for children in underserved communities. One of the foundation's flagship initiatives is this spelling bee competition, now in its 5th season.
Symbol. It is spelled S-I-M-P-L-E. Symbol.
The competition is designed to promote literacy, foster social inclusion, and enhance knowledge sharing among pupils from local schools.
It's a great experience, but I also learn to believe myself, and I'm no more having stage fright.
It's helping me to learn, like helping me to spell.
Because some of them are street kids. Some are from orphanage homes, while some are from government school and others are from private school. We realize that most of the time, those children from the private school have upper hand. So for us, it's a drive to bringing them together, making them know that I have a chance out there. It doesn't matter where I'm coming from. We need equipment to be able to drive this innovation. We want them to be able to compete with spelling competition like in Ghana, in the US?
Some of these children in underserved areas don't have the privileges of children in even the larger urban areas. So yes, we are calling out to foundations to actually partner more with the government, reach out to underserved areas.
In this season's event, David Emomotimi of Legacy Learning Hills Academy secured the first position in Category A, while Oche David of Grace and Honor College emerged the winner in Category B. Consolation prizes were also presented to those who placed fourth to sixth, while all participating pupils were given educational materials. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 11. Thank you so much for watching. I am Norlene Ebel Ame. Bye for now.